Here is my Tyler Yaremchuk V2 of 3 projected lineup for opening night for the Edmonton Oilers. The top line, I think it's going to stay the same. We're going Draisaitl, McDavid, and Frederic. It seems like Knobloch likes that trio. I think Frederic getting a look there. He checks a lot of boxes.
Agreed.
And I don't think he's going to play bad enough to lose this spot. So I think those three are a lock to be your top line. Line number 2. I'm going Nuge, Howard, and Tomasek. I know they're talking about Tomasek and Henrique fighting for that 3C spot.
Yeah.
I have not seen enough or really anything from Tomasek to lead me to believe he can be a bottom 6 centerman, to lead me to think he can be a centerman at the NHL level. I think his strengths are his size and his shot, and you will be in infinitely better positions to use your size and shot when you are a winger, especially on Nugent-Hopkins wing. And because I have Nuge, Howard, and Tomasek as a line, I'm almost viewing these two lines as like 2A and 2B. Like it's a true top line, middle 6, and a 4th line here for the Oilers. And that line of Nuge, Howard, and Tomasek, they're going to get a lot of O-zone starts in my world. They're not going to get heavy D-zone assignments. They're going to get chances to move the puck around and shoot pucks.
Yeah.
And I think Nuge fits that blend well because he's also, relatively defensively responsible. Brings me to third line. Savoy is more complete than Howard. Henrique is not as good of a centerman as Nuge. So I'm putting the more complete rookie with the lesser veteran. And Mangiapane, I think, can actually drive offense. I think there's a hope here from the Oilers that he is a guy who does not need a high-end centerman to go and produce. He scored 14 goals last year with Lars Eller as his centerman. I think putting him with Henrique and Savoy is a good mix. It's going to be a line that, the wingers move better than the centerman, but I still think Henrique going to the net, things of that nature, has some skill to play off with Savoy. Mangiapane is going to be the driver there. Boom. I like that third line. They're going to be the line I maybe trust more in my own end compared to that second line, but they're still good. And my fourth line, I'm all in on Noah Philp. There is no reason why this guy should not be in your opening night lineup. He is a homegrown right shot 4C with size, offensive instincts, can kill penalties, and he's got upside. You play this guy. You play this guy the first 10 games of the season and go from there. I got Kapanen on the right side. I got Podkolzin. Assuming he is in the lineup for opening night, and we should pass on our condolences to the Podkolzin family. If you didn't hear, absolutely heartbreaking. Basically 2 days after this guy signs the biggest contract of his life, a massive moment. His dad passes away. So Podkolzin's back in Russia. I know we're a day or two late to that news because we didn't have a show yesterday, but condolences to Podkolzin. But if Pods is ready to go and back on October 8th, he's playing with Philp and Kapanen, and that is a fourth line that hits. That is a fourth line that can produce offense. That is a fourth line I think you can trust in every zone. I love my lineup. I don't want to hear any arguments about it because I love it so much.
I think it's a good lineup. I
said no arguments. I'm kidding. Continue.
Honestly, it was pretty difficult to put this one together after watching a few preseason games. Obviously, you left Janmark out of your lineup too, and
him and Lazar are my 13 and 14th forwards.
Yeah, and I think that's not such a bad thing. At the end of the day, those are good NHL players-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at mine, Aaron. Blue line's the same.
Yeah, blue line. No one's arguing with the blue line. KD says this lineup is terrible. KD, tell me what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't think I did much wrong there. Poor Pods, I think he's going to get a ton of usage on that fourth line. I think all three of those lines are actually going to play relatively similar minutes at 5-on-5. Troy says I like Draisaitl as a center. I do too. Knobloch doesn't. There you go.
Yeah, the top line, Knobloch just said, this is my top line.
Pods on the fourth line is wild. This is a guy who actually produced really well away from Draisaitl in a bottom 6 role during the playoffs. I think he can be a very, very good fourth liner. And listen, this isn't me saying Podkolzin's playing 7 minutes a night. I think Podkolzin's actually going to play a lot. But if you can flash mine up one more time. Sorry. Also, I just saw Liam's. Good Lord, you're ridiculous. One, again, if he's going to miss a bulk of training camp, I think easing Podkolzin into it is a totally fine thing. But who are you playing? If you are putting Podkolzin higher up the lineup, and that's what you're all and the people complaining in the chat, if that's what you're complaining about, is Podkolzin not being high enough up in the lineup, who are you moving down? You putting Mangiapane on your fourth line? No. If Howard's on your fourth line, he's in Bakersfield, so Janmark's playing. So sure, maybe that's if you want Podkolzin up the lineup, you are saying that Howard's going to Bako. Because Tomasek's not a fourth line player. You need to play him with someone. again, I don't see I didn't see a path to moving Podkolzin up is kind of my point. I'd move Philp up. There's no way. Anyways.
Yeah, moving Philp up would be harder than moving Podkolzin up the lineup.
Yeah.
Aaron, let's look at mine.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
What in the sweet fuck did you do? I don't even... Okay, that's Howard.
Okay,
Why did you use 16? You used Sherwood Park Crusaders Matt Savoy. For podcast listeners, Liam will give you his lineup along with a descriptor of the photo. That's what your punishment for doing this is. You got to give a descriptor of the photo.
Okay. Top line. Leon Draisaitl. Very handsome picture of him. Same with McDavid. I didn't want to disrespect those guys.
No,
Trent
right.
Frederick alongside them because we've just been told that's the top line. That is his draft photo. Ike Howard, I'm assuming this is from military camp or something along those lines. He's on my second line left wing. He is bald in that picture. Nugent-Hopkins, I believe he's in a suit posing for something. He's my second
That
line
might be
center.
his draft photo.
It could be. Could very well be. Podkolzin, I have him on the right wing. I know he's a left shot, but I wanted him higher up the lineup. Third line, Andrew Mangiapane winning the World Championships for Team Canada. Adam Henrique just looking dashing. Looks like some kind of...
Biceps are looking good there.
Yeah, some kind of clothing line, I would assume, yeah. Matthew Savoy in his Sherwood Park Crusaders jersey.
Which is what everyone remembers him as, a Crusader.
That was my third line. My fourth line is Matthias Janmark in his... some Swedish jersey.
Yeah.
Noah Philp in his, not Kamloops Blazers. What was that? Kootenay Ice.
Kootenay Ice jersey, with the big K.
That looks like his rookie jersey. And then Kasperi Kapanen.
What is he, fucking 12 in that?
I don't know how old he is, but he's on my fourth line. The blue line, Ekholm Bouchard. Bouchard very close to the camera.
You need to tweet this so everyone can see it.
Okay, Donnell Nurse alongside Wallman in his rookie photo. Donnell Nurse, that's when he played for the Sioux. Brett Kulak rookie photo. And Ty Emberson in his University of Wisconsin jersey. So I'll run you through my logic a little bit. Obviously, the top line we don't need
Top
to
line
discuss.
self-explanatory, yeah. Very good.
Second line, I wanted someone who could go and get pucks. And I felt like you had Tomasek there, I know. And I don't have him in my 12 right now. I just feel like there wasn't a spot readily available to him. And Podkolzin, we know you can play him anywhere in the lineup. You know where you get him from him. And I think a guy like Howard is going to need a Podkolzin on his line or someone similar to start the season until he gets used to the NHL level. Third line, just a good, hard-working trio, I think. Mangiapane, Savoy, and Henrique. I don't love the size. Obviously, Mangiapane and Savoy, undersized guys. But, again, like two very responsible players. Savoy's going to work his ass off as well, and same with Mangiapane. Fourth line, again, Matthias Janmark, I mean, I think he's just going to be in the lineup, whether we like it or not. Noah Philp, I think, has really earned a spot. He played well the other day. Who was that against Seattle, I think? Winnipeg on the road, sorry. Yep. Did really well. I had Lazar there last time. He is not in my lineup. And Kasperi Kapanen. Been playing a lot with Nugent-Hopkins and Howard in the 2 games he's played. So I wonder if he could trickle up the lineup. But I think that fourth line has a lot of speed, which I really did like. I think just on the opening night, the way the season has gone for the Oilers, I think they're going to look for a bit of trust in guys. And I think the 12 there in the lineup, obviously minus your rookies, like you kind of know what you're going to get. Really, like when you look through those 12 forwards, Howard's the only one you look at being like, I don't know what this guy's going to do for me.
Yeah, that he is still the unknown. For me, Tomasek was still an unknown because he's in my lineup. But you're right. Your lineup is safer than mine.
Yeah, I went for a safer approach.
Yeah, like
I don't want him to lose again.
That's fair. You definitely went with a safer approach. We definitely had some similar lines of thinking. Our first and third lines were the same. Our fourth line pretty close to the same. Yeah. The only difference is I had Janmark out for Tomasek and then Pods and him flip-flopped. But yeah, someone said, why does Bush look the oldest? Because he's the only defenseman Liam didn't use a baby photo for.
Because he just looks the same. I think I'm assuming his photo is from his interview signing his contract.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's 12 in that one.
Mulek says the issue is I think Knob thinks Frederick is Hyman and he's not even close. I
agree.
I think Frederick might be the closest thing though. Maybe Mangiapane is, but you need him playing well off that line to give yourself some depth.
I think so watching yesterday's game, was it yesterday? Whenever it was, Wednesday.
Yeah.
it was really weird. And maybe some other people saw this too, but I feel like Frederick just didn't move in the offensive. He actually finished -3 in the game too, but like, from what I saw, maybe it got better. I got bored, so I turned it off, if I have to be honest. But they would just kind of get in the offensive zone. McDavid and Draisaitl would pass around, and Frederick would stand in front of the net.
They were going through the motions.
But yeah, totally. But I feel like Hyman didn't do that. But he seemed like very scripted, being like, "We need you to go to the net." But Hyman gets a lot of puck touches.
Bit more active in the cycle.
Totally. And I just thought that was really weird way to play Frederick. I think he can play hockey. I think he can touch the puck, and I think he can make plays. I just thought they really underutilized him, and I think if this is the way they're going to do it going forward, they've got to tell him, like, hey, we actually need you to move with us. We can't just essentially play 4-on-5. Yeah. I just thought he was odd. Very odd.
Hans Sosa said, you're putting this line up against Florida, this third line up against Florida's. I'm going to let you in on something, Han. It's September 26th. Don't got to worry about Florida for a long time.
No. And they don't have Barkov.
Barkov. Who will Florida's top line center be now?
They'll probably just move Reinhardt to the middle. He takes a lot of face-offs, remember?
Yeah.
Or
Sam Bennett.
No, you know who just hit the bleeping jackpot? Jack Roslovic.
I know. I actually did think about that immediately. I was like, well, that's right.
I mean, they could still run. Their spine could still be Bennett, Lundell, Rodriguez.
Now they don't have to trade Rodriguez.
The Empty Netters guys put out a thing, and they were like, great, Evgeny Malkin, 50% retained.
I don't think Malkin's going anywhere.
I don't think he will either, but it's...
Rob Rossi said that, right? The other day, is that I don't plan on writing a chapter about him not being in Pittsburgh.
But, again, like, you were to talk to Brad Marchand a year ago, he would have told you I'm going to be a Bruin my whole life, right? And, like...
Yeah, I suppose.
And I just think with, as gross as this is, it's Florida. Right? So, like, Malkin might be sitting there being like, no, I'm not going to the Rangers even. I'm not going to whoever you throw my way. Ooh, Florida with my boy Bob.
Yeah, Bob Borowski. Yeah,
heartbreaking for Barkov, who is expected to miss the entire season with a knee injury.
Yeah, tough.
Heartbreaking he's got to miss the Olympics.
Yeah,
especially
Finland really need players. Last year they missed Mira Heiskanen for the Four Nations. One other player as well.
Also, like, he's been robbed of the Olympics. Like, he will get another crack when he's 34, granted, but, like, prime of your career, Olympics in Europe, like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, really tough blow for him.
Mulek says Sidney Crosby to Florida. I will throw up. There's no way Sid does that. He's going to Montreal or nowhere else. Again, legacy talk. Like, he's not going to Florida to chase a ring. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he should just stay in Pittsburgh.
He probably will.
I think he will, too. I just don't see it. I don't know. Like, it's not like he doesn't have one. It's not like a Gindler at the end of his career, you know? Like, what does he have, 3? 2 Olympic golds? Like, he's won everything.
Yep.
You go for it again, and I respect it totally. But I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about it. I don't see it coming.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to be joined by Ryan Pike in a little bit. But
I have a lineup, too.
Aaron's lineup.
Yeah,
Jesus. Let's go.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Yours, I said Liam's was safer. I think mine's even safer than Liam's. Top line, Leon, Connor, Trent Frederick, not by choice, but because I've been told. Yes. But I've also been told by Leon Draisaitl that we're going to switch, guys. It's been 10 years of this.
That was very funny when he was like, it's going to change.
What are we even doing here? We all know that. The blender's going to blend. So in this world, I have Pods on the second line. Because I know he'll play with Leon in that 2C spot. But Ty, you also mentioned that Pods produced away from Leon Draisaitl at points. Nuge was on his centerman for a lot of that producing. Yeah. So I think he can do that. Matt Savoy, I think, is the logical choice for the second line right wing. You will notice there's no Ike Howard on my roster. The third line, David Tomasek. I think there it is. With Rico and Mangiapane. I think Rico and Mangiapane, that's a good veteran duo. Tomasek, I think, another, once again, older gentleman, I guess, because what is he, 28, 29, whatever. Yeah. Fourth line, he's going to be there. Matthias Janmark with Noah Philp and Kasperi Kapanen. I have totally bought in. Ty, you've sold me on the Noah Philp argument. I just don't know what else you'd put there. It's a bulletproof argument. It's like you'd basically choose Matthias Janmark, and then I have Ike Howard starting in Bako, because I think that's just the way it's going to go, and I think this is the safest version you'd probably have. And then obviously no change to the D.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's probably a bit of a like Howard Tomasek competition.
Yeah.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation, and you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.